Good morning, guys. Instead of me working on this GMC Envoy today, I am going to go pick up another truck. So, y'all always ask, where do I find deals at? Well, usually I go to Facebook Marketplace and I scroll through while I'm sitting on the toilet in the mornings. Just scroll and scroll, and then I try to find good deals. Well, I was scrolling and I found a good deal. It's not like I really needed it, but I figured, what the heck, I'll go ahead and buy it, because today there's no way I can finish the video on this and have it out for y'all today. So I'm gonna pick something easier, and that's picking up this truck. Another thing I do is I hit the auctions. So y'all are always asking, what auction am I going to? Well, the list is very, very long. There's probably, I'm gonna say 24 different auctions that I hit all across North Carolina and other states too. It's just whichever state I'm in, if I'm gonna be there for a while, and you know, I'll look for local auctions, online auctions, and that's how I found where to purchase or bid on the cars that I purchased. So let's go ahead and grab this air tank, because I'm getting some air because the tires might be flat on this truck. It is not running. I was scrolling through and I found a short bed Chevy truck, 85 model, not running, $2 grand. Not bad. So anyhow, I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna grab this tank and hit the road. All right, I already have my trailer on the back of the truck. I've got my straps, my battery for the winch, got my air tank right here. So all I gotta do is close up the shop and hit the road. Let's hit it. So I'm about 20 miles away. This place is in Newport, North Carolina. So I've been driving a while, and I've already called up the guy, told him I was going to be 15 minutes late. I had to stop off at the bank and pick up the last amount of money to pay for this truck. Then of course I ran into a woman who parked her car right in the middle of the driveway in front of the ATM. Made me have to get out. She wouldn't move her car. It was Karen. Made me have to get out of my truck and walk to the ATM. And of course I had to back up my truck to get around her to get out. She still wouldn't move. And as I'm pulling out of the driveway, she was still sitting there. Flipped me off. People these days. Anyways, so hopefully that's not how my whole day is going to go. Usually you know exactly how your day is going to go by the way it starts. It's not starting good. So Gary said that he will be waiting for me, and we're gonna go ahead and take care of the title and everything this morning for that truck, and I'll load it up on my trailer afterwards and head on back to the house. And then we're gonna see what all we got to do to this truck. I already know that the motor's stuck, and I believe that the motor's stuck because Gary had given his son the carburetor off the truck, which left the intake wide open. And he says it's been parked for about a year. I'm gonna say it's probably been more than that. Lots of times when I think that it's been parked for a year or whatever, it's been more like 5. So we're gonna look this thing over real good and see if we can get her unstuck. Maybe even fire it up, I don't know. I'm hoping that this will be a simple video. I love simple videos.
600 feet, make a U-turn.
So that's it. So I gotta back into the driveway. Yep. Alright, I got the camera on. Good morning, Gary. How you doing?
Hanging in there, man.
Good, good. Oh.
Got in, it turned ignition. Ignition's already open.
Tell me, does the truck have a name?
I called it Jessup.
What'd you call it?
Jessup.
Jessup?
Yeah, Jessup.
Like
Jessup, keep going.
Just keep going?
Yeah.
All right. So it's got a name. Cool deal. See, I see you took the tag off of it.
Yeah, I didn't know if you wanted that on there or not.
Oh, I don't care.
I mean, they ain't no good.
I actually collect tags.
The only reason I put them on there is just to keep
The neighbors from saying anything?
Yeah, cause the truck parked here with no
tag.
No tag.
Would they give you crap about it?
Yeah, they tried to.
Oh, okay.
They was gonna make me pay $50 a month just for it sitting here.
That's no good.
I was gonna pay it.
Yeah.
In my truck.
Right. All right. Well,
but they never charged me.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get this title taken care of.
We're gonna take this little car here.
Oh, we're gonna take the Eclipse.
You can slide that seat back.
All right.
My old lady's long legged.
Is this leather?
Yeah.
Nice. So I got the registration, leaving the license plate agency right now. Gary, buddy, thank you very much for taking care of this. Appreciate the truck, and I'll take care of it. Now I got to get you paid. All right, I got to ask, you don't mind being on video, do you?
I don't care, man. Always a pleasure to meet somebody like you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we got the truck loaded up, and I am taking it out of Gary's life. Well, you know,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man.
It's all right.
I think he really loved the truck. So I'm gonna head back home, and you know what? I feel like wrenching on it a little bit today. So we're gonna get this thing cleaned up and do some wrenching on it today. Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir, Isaac.
All right, take it easy.
Pleasure, buddy.
Yeah. So I just left Gary's. I honestly feel bad that I bought his truck. I don't think he really wanted to sell it, but he did realize, I mean, he was telling me, he did realize that it would just go to the bad where, you know, sitting there. He doesn't have the money like he used to have. He's retired. He has a limited income. and he just decided to get rid of it, and he sold it to me. And Gary, I promise I'll take good care of the truck. It will be parked in the garage. It will be cleaned up. I will get this thing fired up again. Hopefully the engine isn't stuck too bad. And yeah, so we're gonna get to the shop, and we're gonna do a little wrenching on it today. We're gonna try to put a battery in it, get the engine unstuck, not with the battery, of course. I'm gonna fill up the cylinders with some PB Blaster. Gonna rock it back and forth until she breaks free. We're gonna throw a carburetor on it. Then we're gonna try to crank her over and see what happens. Hopefully this thing will fire up. He said he couldn't ever get it to run right after he had the cam put in it. So I'm wondering if the guy that put the cam in it knew what he was doing. I'm always a little worried working behind someone else, especially when it hadn't been, especially when it's not running right. You know, what did he do wrong? Did he put the cam in out of time? Did he have the ignition timing off? Is there a more serious problem? I don't know. So we're gonna be getting her unstuck and try to fire it up, see what I think, and hopefully it's gonna be okay. So I've got, you know, a couple hour drive to get home. We'll see what happens. I need to adjust my trailer brakes a little bit tighter. A little tighter still. Oh, state trooper right there too. I bet he was like, what's that? What's that sound? Squealing tires. Someone breaking the law. No. We're in. Truck is home. So I got it in the shop. Now we're gonna be looking it over real good and seeing what we think of it. So the interior on this truck is not so great. The dash is out, but it's in the back of the truck. Tan dashboard. It actually looks pretty decent. He removed it, I'm guessing, for this tachometer that has been put on the truck. I'm sorry, buddy, but I'm gonna have to take this off so I can put the factory dash back on. These seats, well, I guess I'll live with them for now, but I really think I'm gonna put the factory style seat back in this truck, the bench. It's got a little bit of rust. The floorboards are wet. Got a little bit of rot in the rocker right there. So I've got to find where the water's coming in. Could be around the windshield. Could be anywhere. I do have a little bit of rust in the firewall here. Got a hole right there. Got some rust along there. This engine, I'm not sure exactly what it is. I need to pull up the numbers on it and see what it is, because originally this truck came with a 5.0 305. He took the carburetor off of this engine, and I'm pretty sure that's probably the reason why, although it's stuffed really good with with the towels, but the motor is stuck. And I was thinking that maybe it was stuck because the carburetor was off. But if he had the those rags shoved down the intake the whole time, it should have been all right. I definitely see a problem there. Yeah, that's not good. The little vacuum port on the intake is stripped out. What else we have here? We have some sort of wire trimmed right there. Not sure. Oh, that's probably electric choke. The headers are nice on this thing. They're stainless headers, and they actually have really good runners. Those are big old fat exhaust runners. The tubes are what, the 1 3/4 or something like that, 1 5/8. I don't know. They're big. They're decent size. I'm not sure what kind of rockers are in this thing. What kind of intake is this? Doesn't say. It looks like it's got a dual pattern for the newer style intake and the older, where these center holes are slotted for the different style heads. I think the first thing I need to do is just kind of crawl underneath and just turn on the flywheel some and see what I think. See how badly it's rusted or stuck. I'm gonna crawl to the back of the engine. I gotta crawl in the engine compartment, and I'm gonna check the numbers on the block. 3970010. All right, I already know this is mid 80s. 350. 3970010. 3970010. 3970010. So it's a large journal small block with driver's dipstick. Yes. 50, 69 through 80. 2 or 4 bolt main. So it appears that it's a 350, which is good. This truck originally came with a 305 in it. So someone has definitely put an engine in it. So I'm gonna crawl up underneath right now. I'm gonna jack up the front, and I'm going to turn on the flywheel. Good enough. I'm gonna install some jack stands. Seems like none of y'all believe I use jack stands. I use jack stands on a regular basis. So we're going underneath. And that oil pan's interesting. It's a 350 transmission. Looks like these heads are newer to the block. When I say newer, they've been replaced. Alright, so I've got this nice tool that is used to grab the flywheel. So it's used to grab the flywheel, and it makes it a lot easier for turning. Oh wow, it feels like it's heavily stuck. Oh. that definitely qualifies as being really, really stuck. Well, that sucks. Okay, guys, it is time for me to pull the spark plugs out and put oil in each spark plug hole. We're not running tonight, that's for sure. So this project just got bigger. She is stuck. Like, I'm used to getting a little bit of wiggle. I didn't get any wiggle out of this. So I'm gonna have to let this thing soak for probably a week. I don't know. Maybe we'll see something when we remove the spark plugs. Maybe I'll see some evidence that I don't want to see. So let me get the get a wrench. Okay, so I don't see any evidence of any water in the cylinders from the spark plugs. But you know what I do have? I believe I have a way I can look into the cylinders. I thought I had a borescope. Let me check for a borescope, guys. I might have borescope. Bingo! I've got it. So I'm gonna turn this thing on. Okay. So let's take a look into cylinder number 1. Cylinder number 1 looks fine. I can still see hatch marks in there. Nice looking piston. I don't know what that dot is. Hopefully it's nothing. Looks like a BB though. Huh. All right, let's check the cylinder 3. Oh, this is 30 over. Says it right on top of the piston. Yeah, that one's got that same dot too. That cylinder looks fine. That one's all the way up top. All right, so far this side is looking fine. Like, I'm not even, I don't even see why I need to put oil in the cylinder. I don't see any rust, but you know I'm gonna do it. Since I got all the cylinders open, All right, so we're gonna go into this. That cylinder looks perfect. This is cylinder number 4. Piston's all the way up. I mean, it looks fine. Let's go to this one. Looks perfect. Let's go to this one. And this one's at the top. But it looks fine. Okay. That is really odd, guys. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and just spray some blaster in the cylinders. And then I'm going to go back underneath and I'm going to rock that flywheel back and forth. Who knows, maybe something got jammed up. I need to look at the starter. Maybe the starter is jammed up on the flywheel. Alright, so I'm going to use the PV blaster. So now I'm going to jack this thing up and just rock that flywheel back and forth. And look at the starter too. Alright. Let me see. Starter's right there. I need these. Alright, so I called it. This flywheel's the large flywheel, and that starter is for the small flywheel. Look at the starter jammed up against the flywheel. So I'm gonna take this starter loose, and hopefully the engine's gonna be free. So let me kind of hopefully y'all can see that starter. Okay, that should be free. Please be free. Hey! Ooh! Flywheel's damaged right there. Engine is turning over freely now. That is awesome. Okay, guys. Well, I feel a whole lot better about this. So now, it's 10 o'clock at night. I've got to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning so I can hit the road at 5:30, so I can be at the Cars and Cameras headquarters. We have guests over. So I'm not going to be able to get this thing running today, unfortunately. But I did find out what was wrong. Wrong starter. It's crazy that I actually found it. So guys, hopefully that's enough video to release for Friday. I hope so. I was really wanting to have this thing fired up, but I wasn't counting on having a stuck engine. and I wasn't counting on other things that came up today. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all later. Happy Father's Day, Dad.